Welcome to the Powerful Komiksman podcast. This is Jerald Dorado, and we are continuing the 40 Life Wisdom at 40 series. We are now at number 17, but before we continue, let me just tell you about our little shop of goodies of wonderful things. Miyucha Lux Cakes. Check us out at hello.miuccia. That's at hello.miucha. We have the best, and I'm telling you the best vegan desserts, vegan treats, vegan pastries, cakes, donuts, cookies, wedding cakes. Hello.miucha on Instagram and Facebook. Miucha Lux Cakes. All right, we are now at number 17 in our 40 Life Wisdom at 40 series here on the Powerful Comicsman podcast. And at number 17, we have tolerate people as much as they tolerate you. Okay, so tolerate is quite a little harsh for this. I was thinking of a better word, but I think tolerate is the most precise. Okay, so we're not this series is not designed to put baby gloves on, and these are actually some truth slaps that people need to realize. And well, at least I think they need to realize, and because these are experiences that I some discovered sometimes the hard way and struggled with personally. Okay, so tolerate people as much as they tolerate you. So it implies that you are being tolerated because kasi this is how I say it parang sometimes you get really pissed on other people, 'di ba? On small, on really petty things, 'di ba? You have to realize uh what is petty. Okay, this is actually what you have to realize what is petty to you, for you, because of course that would also depend kung sino. Some things are petty to others, pero sa iba hindi, they have different interpretations, and sometimes you have to clear those up with people you have relationships with. But this episode actually is a sort of somewhere in between uh, life wisdom number 8, strive to be self-aware. So you have to be self-aware, to know the quirks that people tolerate about you, 'di ba? And those could be minor petty things to really annoying ones, really even toxic traits that you might have, and you might be able to catch yourself when you're becoming that. And also, you need to tolerate people, and this is because knowing that you tolerate, that you are being tolerated, that is self-awareness. And this episode is in between number 8, self-awareness, and the next episode, mastering your emotions. So I thought I'd make a separate episode for this, because in order to tolerate people, you have to be self-aware, and you have to be able to manage your emotions. And I think it is liberating. uh, I actually I actually said this this advice. I've actually given this to several people, and I think the reaction was parang there's epiphany. Parang oo nga no, 'di ba? Sometimes you just realize you don't know that you realize that you don't know that are you could be toxic, 'di ba? And this also talks about patience. I think this is more about patience than anything else. Kasi being patient is is really, they say it's a virtue, 'di ba? And it is important. And one way, because sometimes you just there are people who are just so annoying, 'di ba? There are things, we're gonna talk about these kinds of people in other episodes, but it depends. But some are not too annoying. It's just parang it's just the way they are, 'di ba? And the thing is, if you're not self-aware, you would know you wouldn't know if you are annoying too. 'Di ba? You just see people as other people, and you fail to realize that to other people you are the same, you're just somebody else. And not a lot of people realize this. So knowing this is actually, you can consider an advantage for you, 'di ba? Knowing, kasi we have a tendency to be so self-absorbed. It's true. That happens to me, it happens to everyone. Parang we like to assume at times, especially if you've not been thinking about philosophy and these kinds of things. You don't hear other perspectives. You don't seek out wisdoms from reading for yourself or from others, di ba? You have a tendency to think that everything you know is all there is. Na kung ano yung alam mo, yun ang tama, yun dapat ang masunod, di ba? I think this is one reason why a lot of people have just argue about politics, di ba? And religion. Kasi you're so absorbed in what you know. You don't even stop to realize and think about and recognize that there are other positions too. And that sometimes yung ikaw mismo, yung ginagawa mo are not pleasant. Kumbaga, hindi siya enjoyable para sa ibang mga tao. But you are just oblivious because you fail to realize that to everyone else, you are just somebody else. Just like how you see the rest of the people around you, the rest of the world. And yeah, you make mistakes. And when you make mistakes and you know that you make a mistake, you would hope that somebody would 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 accept you, would still accept you, would forgive you, that somebody would understand. Diba? That for you, pag ganun, if you make a mistake, gusto mo intindihin ka, gusto mo marinig yung side mo, you would want to have the opportunity to explain yourself if you need it, diba? You want the luxury of a doubt, the benefit of a doubt from people that you don't mean ill intent. So you should also give that same luxury to other people. Tolerate their misgivings, yung mga quirks nila, especially kung hindi ka naman, if it's just annoying, you could just leave them be, di ba? Well, I'm not above parang may inis ka. It's natural na medyo mainis ka, pero I don't think it's healthy even for you to just yung pag nakita mo na kumbaga you wait for people to screw up and just so na may mapagtawanan ka, 'di ba? Meron kang malait, ganun, or just to be angry with. Yun matindi eh. So these are kumbaga parang managing your emotions yun eh. Okay, that's why I said this is in between self-awareness and managing emotions. And if you realize that you could be just annoying, kasi I know a lot of people who are so annoying pero sila yung numero unong reklamador. And that makes them a lot more annoying. 'Di ba? Yun yung isa sa mga pet peeves ko eh. And kumbaga knowing that, parang parang napag-isip-isip ko, what if annoying din pala ako? 'Di ba? And how I function normally could alam mo yun, parang hindi gusto ng ibang kasama mo. 'Di ba? It's so possible even if you're the most popular guy or girl in your school, in your family, or in the internet, kahit saan. We are people. We have quirks, we have what's this? Mga flaws, and we have ideas na hindi acceptable sa iba, or not exactly not acceptable, but nagko-contradict sa ideas ng iba. So you should be able to, as long as hindi ka niya sinasaktan, 'di ba? Kapag choose your battles too. As long as hindi ka walang nasasaktang iba, as long as it's not destructive to the community, as long as if it's just parang tawa lang niya ng nakakaasar lang yung tawa niya, 'di ba? Yan mo, tawa niya yun eh. 'Di ba? Kung nakakaasar din pala yung tawa mo. Maganda ba yung tawa mo? O kaya, okay nga, hindi nga nakakaasar yung tawa mo, or ano ka naman, may putok ka naman, di ba? O kaya siya may putok, di ba? O kaya, any kind of flaw. If it's not world-changing, leave people be, leave them alone. Because you'll never know. The worst thing about these things kasi is people talking behind you. Kasi if you're gonna be talking about people behind their backs, you'll never know what people are telling about or saying about you when you have your backs against them. So, kung alam mo yun, it's the golden rule. Don't do to others what you don't want others to do unto you. Or yung Jesus version na do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Basta something like that. It's I think wasting energy being petty is just that, wasteful. And also, again, it's mental strength. You should be able to have the fortitude to be above that, at least most of the time. Okay, I'm not. This series is not designed for you to become a saint. Okay, I am so far from being a saint. But I think sometimes kasi you can go to these life wisdoms that I'm sharing. You could just go back when you have to. Sometimes, I don't know how often this happens to you, but you just need an explanation. Bakit siya ganun? Diba? Bakit siya ganun? Diba? If you're in a relationship with anyone, your your boyfriend, girlfriend, your parents, your best friend, yung kalaro mo, o kaya yung suki mong tindahan or an influencer you follow. And again, keep in mind that you are not perfect. And that's all right. You're not perfect. No one is. So, what if others can be annoying, if others could be toxic, so can you. So be mindful, know know your be self-aware, know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Go find that episode in the series if you're catching the series only now. Check that out, and also check the next episode. And that's it. That's actually all into it. Diba? Tolerate people because you don't know when people are tolerating you. Some people have much more patience than the others. Try to extend your patience at least to the amount that the others extend it for you. Kasi if other people are assholes to you for no reason, then I suppose you have the right to defend yourself and fight back. Kasi you have to protect your integrity. Gonna talk about that later too, di ba? Fight. I think the title for now is fight for what you think is value that has value. Something like that. Let me find the note. Hindi ko makita. Fight for the things you value pala. Diba? And your integrity, yung your hindi integrity yung well-being mo, your happiness is something that is of value. If it's not, then you have to consider giving it value. Just kumbaga para fair lang, 'di ba? Kung ano yung binibigay na tolerance sa also be aware of that, 'di ba? Again, that's self-awareness. Kasi some people just want to be tolerated. Ganito ako eh, 'di ba? Ganito ako eh. Ganito na ako, bakit mo ba ako ganito ang gusto ko. 'Di ba? That's selfish thinking. You have to consider how people how your actions affect the people around you as well. Diba? Of course, this varies from case to case. Maybe you're in an abusive relationship, diba? So you would have to recognize also what kind of situation you really are in and be honest about it. Because sometimes admitting that you are in a bad relationship is also hard, because that would tantamount to, ang ibig sabihin nun, nagkamali ka somewhere. That's why you're in that situation. And that's not pleasant to admit. Diba? So you would have to do some self-check once again. This is hard work, actually. This is really hard work, but this is worth it. This is worth it. And knowing this will prevent you from experiencing it again. Diba? The worst thing about feeling bad is feeling bad over and over again. Diba? You have to stop the cycle by equipping yourself with knowledge. And I think this is one. Tolerate people. as much as they tolerate you. That's it. Powerful Comics Man Podcast.